Nashville. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. This defense for the Titans, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, Wilson. He's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
A throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Play action. It's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 24, Prescott. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
The Titans at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Kill! 47!
Throwing, Prescott. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
A first down carry for Henry. And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Prescott off play action. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Draymond Jones. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss, as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Now Wilson on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Broncos.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now we give up the middle to Williams.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 56 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Play action now. Prescott steps away. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
I know it appeared he was saying, hey, get me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, third and long now. Now Wilson. Into the hands of Patrick left side.
On the move past the 40. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. 23 yards on the play.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Williams.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead.
McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there into the hands of Ross.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott now. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
60 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Final play of the half. It's Wilson escaping the pressure right. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. He's got a man. Complete. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports.
Taking in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott, forced out to his left. It's caught by Hooper, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Henry up the middle as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On play action, Prescott. And brought in downfield by Burks. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 32 on the play.
That's good for a Tennessee Titan.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Henry again. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Prescott on 3rd and goal. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Now Prescott on 4th down. Being chased out left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action.
Here's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Judy. He's up to the 20.
And some room to roam now. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. Wilson will throw again.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Titans' 36-yard line.
On 2nd down, Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Tim Patrick, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So that, Charles, his second touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
The Titans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Under pressure, they got him again. Randy Gregory able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Fielded at the 43. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be
Williams loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally coughed it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henry. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Brings up 2nd and 8. 19-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry. And it's a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry from 19 yards away. And the Titans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
That would be a pretty amazing comeback. But we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
47.
To throw is Prescott. The loop, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, That's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. Touchdown, Broncos. Tim Patrick, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year.
And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they take a knee.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.